It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Yes, welcome back, you beautiful souls. We're still live here. You're locked in. It's your feel-good breakfast show right here on S3. Now, World Blood Donor Day takes place on 14th of June each year to raise global awareness for safe blood donation and to encourage people to donate in order to save lives. Now, this morning, Marika Geerwes and Sister Sybil Jacobs from the Western Cape Blood Service are joining us in the studio to tell us more about this incredibly important day. Ladies, good morning. How are you doing?
Good morning, great, and yourself?
Where was the French accent, dude?
I'm already disappointed you. I have to donate blood. It's
now it's
no option.
Ladies, always great to connect with you, but it's always bittersweet because we love being a part of driving people to go and donate blood, which is such a simple way of literally saving a life. Right. But then on the flip side of that, we get to hear just how dangerously close we are to that threshold. So yesterday we observed World Blood Donor Day. What is the significance of this day?
Obviously a great day for us to celebrate. We even extended throughout the entire month of June.
Good.
So we celebrate National Blood Donor Month. Yesterday marked World Blood Donor Day, and it basically just raised awareness about the importance of safe blood products, and then encouraging the public to go out and donate and, like you say, save lives.
Yeah. Is it something that's really needed right now? In terms of, I would think you'd call it like blood stocks. Are the stock levels looking good? And is there maybe a specific blood type that you are desperate to get in?
So yes, every single day, just the Western Cape, we need 700 units of blood. We always aim to have a 5-day blood stock supply. Okay. And at the moment, our O negative is on a 2-day supply, wow. And then O pos and B pos on a 3-day. So blood stocks fluctuate due to the demand of blood and blood products. And we need people to come out and donate. The South African National Blood Service, they're on the 8 other provinces, they're also sitting on a 3-day supply. Oh, wow, okay. So it's really needed nationally. Everybody please come out.
That's really close to the threshold. That really is a little bit scary. So let's talk about the positive side, how easy it is to actually go and donate blood. Maybe, sister, you want to take this one. So if I come in first-time blood donor, what can I expect?
Well, it really is quite simple. 30 minutes of your day, that's all we need. We do a pre-COVID screening, so please, we know it frustrates people, but we are trying to be compliant with the, government laws at the moment.
You have to.
So please, be patient with us. You have to fill in a questionnaire on the day. We ask loads of questions to make sure that you are safe and that you may donate. And then we do your hemoglobin test, which is an iron test to make sure that, again, you fit the criteria of the day. A little interview with the medical personnel, so we check your blood pressure and your pulse. And
they ask how you're doing, which is great as well. They do like a little psychological test in the process, which I found really nice.
Yes.
I don't know if
feel so loved.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm lacking that in my life, but it makes it.
No, we do want to know on the day if you're feeling okay, because do have people that sometimes, they're so overwhelmed with coming to donate and want to donate and they're traumatized. And so we must make sure that you're okay on the day. And the process itself of donating blood is about 10 minutes, and that's about it. And thereafter, we have a moment where you recover for 5 minutes, and if all goes well, you may leave the premises without permission, of course. And that's 30 minutes in total.
And you get
first some delicious cookies.
Yes, you get a biscuit.
Don't forget that.
And a nice cup of juice. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So I've got to ask you, in terms of the actual criteria when it comes to... also, it sounds like you're getting a free checkup on your health, by the way. Checking my hemoglobin, my blood pressure. I'm like the free consult with the doc here. Yeah. So apart from that, what sort of criteria would one necessarily need when it comes to donating blood? Mzansi's listening, they're quite aware. I'm sure you've already highlighted the demand for this. Is it important for me to be aware of my own blood type and my condition, and is anything...
So I still don't know. I've donated many, many times and I can never remember. I just know it's the most common one.
Would that be like O plus?
O pos or A pos? 1 out of every 3 people are falling in that
Next
category.
Next time you donate, we're going to find out.
1, 2, 3 people, yeah.
Exactly, I'm A positive, so...
Yeah.
So just to ask the question, is there any specific criteria or anything that we shouldn't do before donating? Anything along those lines?
Also, we have an age restriction, so between the ages of 16 and 75. That's number 1 criteria that you have to be. Then you've got to weigh about 50 plus kilograms, nothing under that, please. And you've got to be healthy on the day, so please do not come to us if you've got a sniffle, cold, headache, just not feeling well on the day. We are going to say to you that day would not be it to donate. And then, of course, we've got a health screening, and there's quite a bit of varied diagnoses and illnesses that you can't donate with. If you've had cancer, if you've had certain autoimmune diseases, you might not be meet the criteria on the day, all right? Also, if you are going to be doing a major sports event, tomorrow you're doing a marathon, you will not be able to donate on that day, you know. So we must make sure that our donor is safe to donate on the day. You've eaten something, you've had enough fluids to drink on the day, and yeah, that's about it. So we have to see each person individually. There's a long list of medical reasons why you can donate and also why you can't donate, you know. So that's why we have to see each person individually and come for your medical screening, please, all right?
And you walk in there with a smile, eh? Don't come in with no bad attitude. You've got to come in there smiling and
Yes,
ready to do
please.
something special because you are literally saving a life. We're going to continue this discussion. Really interested to know how COVID-19 and that journey has impacted your workflow and the pressures therein. The sisters aren't going anywhere. You don't go anywhere either.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. You are still live with Expresso. A few more moments to enjoy of the show and important moments of that as we drive home the necessity, the vital necessity of donating blood, recognizing World Blood Donor Day, but a whole month of blood donation focus. And we are sitting down with Marika Geves and Sister Sybil Jacobs, who you're just so happy and lovely. Is the perfect advertisement for a fantastic organization that really is so welcoming. And I can speak from experience, having donated blood many, many times before. That begs the question, how often can I donate? How many times can I donate in the space of like a month? How often is it safe? Can I do it more than once? What's the
Well, the criteria
turnover?
for donating is we would like you to come 4 times a year. You
Okay.
can donate 6 times a year. So every 2
Okay.
months you're allowed to come and donate.
Okay.
We'd like you to recover between that.
You've got kind of a teacher's tone when you talk to me, as if I'm like, you're only allowed.
Only allowed.
Only allowed.
I did
Every
actually-
56 days, Greg.
I used to do it to get out of class, to be quite honest. As soon as I hit 16, I was like, ma'am, I've got to go donate. Life's hanging in the balance. I've got to. You know?
It's a good way to start, eh?
I love that. The system, you do have like this authoritative voice in you where when you say things, I'm like, yeah, I want to do that.
Okay,
I
I'll do it,
don't want to
sure.
argue with you. You know what's best, it seems. Who's going to argue with the sister anyway? But let's talk about some of the challenges you guys face, and especially this last year and a half. It's been crazy. COVID-19 has been obviously talk of the town. How has that affected the process of blood donation, receiving donations, and stock levels? I mean, what's some of the challenges you've gone through?
So stock levels definitely been affected. So since the start of COVID-19, schools, tertiaries, businesses, their doors got closed. And yeah, if we look specifically at the youth between the ages of 16 and 25, annually we collect about 27% amongst that age group.
Oh, wow.
So with schools and tertiaries closing, and now as we're going
off,
back,
yeah.
schools are starting in, and they're still a little bit hesitant to get us back, even though our safety protocols, like Sybil has mentioned, are top-notch. It is safe
People
to
are
donate.
scared, yeah.
Yes, unfortunately. And if we look about 1% of the Western Cape's population used to make up the blood donor population. And in the past year, so since 2020, it's dropped to 0.86.
But are you talking about in the whole of South Africa?
Just in the Western
Oh,
Cape.
in the Western
so
Cape,
overall
okay.
as well, it used to be 1%, and ideally we would want it to be between 1 to 2% at least.
Yeah.
So we really have our
Or at
work
least
cut out for
reflective
us.
of the numbers. Yeah,
Yes.
for sure.
Yeah.
How do I book? Do I need to book? What's the process like if I want to go and donate?
Easy as that, like Sybil has mentioned, the donor criteria, just tick those boxes to know that you're in good general health. And then basically, we're not working on an appointment system. The best way to find out where you can donate, to find your closest clinic, is to go on our website. Or alternatively, we've got a WCBS app, so that would be for Western Cape citizens, or citizens.
Look, I think many South Africans would say that. Don't worry, you're not
I know,
alone.
sorry.
A lot of people would say, you know, those living in the Republic of the Western Cape. Yeah, come on, I didn't know you were going to be this divisive, but
I love it. I have to ask, of course, I mean, we're talking about the effects and stuff, but why should everybody out there, you Mzansi at home, why should we be donating blood? Why is it so important?
So blood cannot be manufactured. We've got the most amazing technology, but unfortunately, blood is, we can only
there yet,
rely
yeah.
on voluntary blood donors to come forward and donate blood.
simple as that. Sister,
Yeah.
why have you chosen to work in this space? And I think we're extra plaudits over the last year because you form part of that frontline community that we are so reliant on.
Grateful for.
And absolutely, yeah. So why do you do what you do? What is the motivation for you to work in this space?
Well, my motivation, two things. I come from a background in hematology and oncology, so I've seen firsthand how on a daily basis I need blood, you know, for patients that had cancer, whether you're working in operating theatre, you need it for any operation. So that's my background. And then when I came into this sphere, I had two stories that I thought was just described why I love being here. You know, the one was a gentleman got into our bus in Kalisha, and I thought, oh, how do I tell him he can't be a donor? He's so aged, you know. And then he got in and says, I've got to say thank you to all the donors for saving my life.
Wow.
And that just, you know, knocked me back to come and say, to each donor lying in the bed, thank you so much for saving my life by giving up your time to come and give blood. The second story was in Mitchell's Plain in Promenade. A young little lad used to come with his mom and try and encourage her through her donation, Mom's going to be okay, it won't hurt too much, needle is fine. And he had leukemia.
Oh,
Since then, he has passed on. But that is what draws me and keeps me here, you know, because we know so many stories of people where they actually come to us and they come and meet our donors and say, thank you so much for doing what you're doing, taking time out, volunteering your time, your effort to come and donate. It means so much to us. So that is what we encounter on a daily basis. I've had one of a young girl from Zimbabwe that came and cried and said, on her granny's deathbed, she said, Granny, I'm going to donate. That's what you asked me to do, and I'm going to. And she came. So this is the overwhelming feeling you get when somebody sits with you for 15 minutes. And, you know, so it means a lot. It absolutely means a lot.
You become a part of that circle, and I think you've just hit on the heart of this. Just for a second, I know we all hate doing this, but just to empathize for a moment that someone that you care about or you yourself is in that situation where it's going to save your own life and go and donate.